We know that in recent memory, the killer clowns have been stalking and invading and attacking people, innocent people for that matter, but they've been doing it as one person. Well, over the past 24 hours, the Gaming Weekly has been digging up for more information, and we've been understanding that there's more out there who are attacking and invading in groups. And that is correct, ladies and gentlemen. The killer clowns are now looking to be in, quote, gangs out there, and they're trying to be more, well, in a pack, in a unit. That way they can actually attack you much easier than before. The killer clowns are becoming more demonic, they're becoming more destructive, but they're also becoming a lot more intelligent with how they conduct themselves, including the fact that they're going to be now in packs, according to what the stories say. And the Gaming Weekly, again, we've been discovering these stories in the past 24 hours. We're going to go ahead and take you to these stories right now and pay close attention to exactly what happens. But before we go there, though, let's take you to this very, very unsettling, TikTok that shows the killer clowns in groups. And as a gang, they're looking to attack. Be on a lookout, be on alert, do what you can. The Gaming Weekly can confirm now, according to the source that was given to us, according to the video that you just saw as well, the killer clowns are going to be in gangs, they're going to be in units, they're going to be in a pack. And the reason behind that is because now I'm being told that the killer clowns, according to some sources out there, are now wanting to be protective of themselves. And they believe now that the, quote, humans, as what they call us, the, quote, humans are becoming more disruptive. And there's a lot of people out there who are looking to destroy the killer clowns, hence the reason behind the fact that the killer clowns now are going to be in groups from here on out, which is interesting because they did change their initial strategy. Remember, the 31st of October, Halloween night, that was the night that the killer clowns were expected to rise up in groups in Purge, but now they're going to be in groups much earlier than expected. And it's because perhaps the killer clowns may be afraid because of the amount of people out there looking to attack the killer clowns. We alluded at the beginning of the broadcast that we were going to read out some stories we found online. We're going to go ahead and start with the first one here. It's scary how these killer clowns are grouping up. I don't know if they're grouping up to send a message or what, but it's happening now. Last night, I was out with my friends just hanging out. We were just enjoying our night when all of a sudden, we see 4 people dressed in clown outfits and masks walking up to us. What's scary is how they were holding on to something, but it was too dark to tell, as they were just walking towards us slowly. Me and my friends were standing up because we had no idea what was going to happen. We were alarmed, we were worried. As soon as they reached to us, they were just continuing to walk slowly. But we noticed this time around that they were holding on to bats, as they were starting to spread out. It's so creepy knowing that these random guys in random clown masks and outfits were randomly spreading out and stalking us. We immediately thought we were in trouble, and then we started running. We started running and running and running, and we weren't looking back. My friend just kept yelling, "Go, just go!" And we kept running over and over without even looking back. The creepy part is how they actually were laughing in the back. You heard their laughs, and you heard their screams. It really was too scary to point out exactly what they were saying, but you can clearly hear them. Finally, we looked back, but we realized that they weren't there. We were catching our breath, and we realized that it was completely silent. The most creepy thing I've ever experienced. We didn't see any of those clowns in sight. We kept breathing heavily, and one of my friends legitimately said that there was no way that just happened. I thought the same way and realized that literally nobody would believe the story, because this is something you would see in a movie. Then all of a sudden, one of those killer clowns came by and started chasing us again. We started running once more, and he again was not in sight after a few minutes. I seriously have no idea what was going on, and I seriously had no idea what they had in mind that night. But it was clear that they wanted to intentionally harm us in some way. Thankfully, we arrived at the house safe and sound, and we were incredibly weirded out, and especially creeped out after what happened. So, once again, the killer clowns are out there, and they're looking to scare you, they're looking to attack you perhaps in groups, and this is the reason why the Gaming Weekly continues to upload the videos on a daily basis The reason behind that is because we want everyone to be safe out there. There are legitimate stories people are posting online concerning the killer clowns, and there's a lot of people saying that this is all false, but it's not. You yourself can actually dig up the information. And the Gaming Weekly, again, it's just getting much more creepy as the days go by, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I'm hoping that one of these days this situation can actually get rectified, but it has not been rectified to any degree whatsoever as of now, and it's only going to get worse from what I understand until the 31st of October. That's when everything is going to blow up, per se. But again, folks, I mean, you have to watch out. I would advise you to not be outside, even with your friends. You know, even if you're in a pack now, I'm not quite sure if that's going to work anymore, because with these killer clowns being in a unit, who knows what they're going to be up to. They're going to be a lot stronger, that's for sure. Most of the killer clown sightings that happen, they are usually alone at times, but now they're changing up their strategy. As like I said, they're wanting to be in groups, and that's what alarms me here, the fact that they are now in groups. So they're a lot more dangerous, so please keep in mind, do what you can to not go outside unless need be, and do it though. When you go outside, do it when it's in broad daylight. We're going to go ahead and get set for the second story we found online. And it said, quote, "Me and my friend were walking outside and just enjoying our day. We were talking about our favorite rap song when suddenly these three other guys in the street were walking towards us. They were holding on to rocks, and we noticed that they were wearing killer clown masks. My heart completely sunk because I thought my life was going to end right there. I already had a picture in my mind that had news networks reporting on how these crazed clowns attacked these two innocent people or possibly even murdered them. That's what I was thinking. I had that picture in my mind for a moment. I got chills, and my friend grabbed my shoulder and said, 'Dude, we gotta go, man.' And we started running. They started chasing us, and some of the rocks were being thrown, but were missing us. Sadly, one threw the rock right into my back. It hurt a ton, and I stopped for a split second but kept running. I'm glad they didn't hit the rock right into my head or something. We kept running until these other guys in the neighborhood were asking if we were okay. We explained to them what just happened, and they called the cops. One of them was kind enough to take us in and help us. My back was bruised from that hit. The cops were called and they checked the area, but he didn't find any masked men armed. That just gave me the creeps because I didn't know if they were going to harm us again or if there was anyone else out there that might join them, or could perhaps be harmed as well. This world is getting creepier and crazier. It's unreal how it's like that." Well, that concludes the second story, ladies and gentlemen, but it's unfortunate how we're getting sources from a lot of different people out there who are sharing their experiences and their stories that the killer clowns are now being seen in packs and units more and more and more. And again, before, the killer clowns out there would be seen alone, but it's becoming more evident now that the killer clowns are going to be in groups, and this is something that alarmed me for quite some time. I was thinking about the fact that what if one day the killer clowns end up actually having groups all over the world, and now it's becoming to be reality here. The killer clowns out there, I'm telling you, there's a lot of them out there who are looking to do what they wanted to do for quite some time, and that's the killer clown purge, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop no matter what. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are they're petrified, they are afraid, they're scared, and I'm with you. I'm actually incredibly frightened over what's been transpiring as of late. But again, it's best for you to follow our tips no matter what. The Gaming Weekly followed, I should say, they produced some tips for people to follow, and the tips were basically them telling everyone, TGWD telling everyone that if you're ever going to go outside, to please do it in groups, but also don't even go outside. Only go outside for necessities only. Do it when it's something important and critical for you to complete, but if you're going to be going outside to hang out with people, I'd rather you stay home until this entire thing has been rectified to some form of a degree, like I said, but it has not been rectified to any degree, and I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to simmer down anytime soon. Especially on the 31st of October. So if you're going to be trick-or-treating on that night, I would say stay home. That night is the night that allegedly the killer clowns are going to purge. So I know everyone is watching this video. I know everyone is afraid. I know some people out there are concerned. I'm concerned as well. But we have to remain calm. We have to remain confident and positive. We're not alone in this. We know there's a lot of out there who are experiencing this, number one. And number two, we know for a fact that the killer clowns cannot thwart the police officers. I mean, the police, in my opinion, do have stronger weapons. So if it ever comes down to it, push comes to shove, as that saying goes, when push comes to shove, the killer clowns are going to meet their maker, and the killer clowns are going to make sure they're going to regret doing any of this. So I don't think it's going to happen. If there's going to be some killer clown purge on the 31st of October, I have a feeling that it's going to be put to a stop early because, again, the military, the police are absolutely powerful with their weapons, and they're very, very methodical when it comes to different procedures and how to knock down threats. But remember, the policemen, you know, they said that the killer clowns out there, despite the fact that the police may be stronger, they are looking to still hurt people. Individuals out there who are prone and who are vulnerable. So if you're watching this video, please do what you can to avoid being isolated. Do what you can to not be alone, because that's what the killer clowns are looking to do. They're looking to attack people who are alone or seem vulnerable. So that's all we got for now, ladies and gentlemen. There's a ton more killer clown content coming your way every single day. The #1 source of the Gaming Weekly here is going to continue to upload more killer clown articles being shared as well, and we're going to have a lot more of the verbal interviews with other clowns in the distant future. So keep an eye out for that. But again, folks, do what you can to stay safe. Do what you can to avoid any of those clowns out there. The Gaming Weekly, like I said a couple of days back, uploaded a video on how to survive the killer clown purge. It is imperative for you guys to watch the video right now. Make sure to share this video as well. Make sure to share all the videos on all social media platforms out there, because this is the best way to stop those killer clowns. The more information of this that's being spread, then the more the killer clowns are not going to be prepared. So have everyone understand what's happening, show your friends, your family members, your teachers, and so forth, and have them understand what's going on, and have them warn others. That way, every single other person can be aware of this, and that way the killer clowns cannot get their last laugh on the 31st of October. So with that being said, again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Of course, we'll continue more killer clown coverage in the future. We will see you next time, and please stay safe, as always.